Did you know that, even earning well, many people end up in debt and can never achieve financial stability? The secret isn't in how much you earn, but in how you manage your money. And what if I told you that there's a simple formula that can radically change the way you handle your budget, without needing big sacrifices or giving up the things you enjoy? Stay with me, because in today's video, I'm going to reveal the personal budget formula that can transform your financial life and set you on the path to financial freedom. And I guarantee that by applying this formula, you'll start seeing real results. Let's get started. Hey everyone, here on the channel, we share valuable tips to help you achieve the long-desired financial freedom. Today, we have an essential topic that could be a game changer for your financial life: personal budgeting. It doesn't matter if you earn little or a lot. If you don't know how to organize your income, the money will always slip through your fingers. What I want to show you today is how to apply a simple and effective formula so that you can control your spending, save wisely, and most importantly, make your money work for you. By the end of this video, you'll not only understand the 50/30/20 rule, but you'll also have the tools you need to finally break free from the cycle of debt and start building wealth. Let's discover step by step how you can transform your finances and reach your goals. Now, let's dive into how you can apply this formula in your daily life. Before we begin, take a moment to click the subscribe button below. This way, you'll make sure you receive more content like this and won't miss any tips to improve your financial life. Now let's get straight to the point and figure out how to organize your budget once and for all. Now that you understand what personal budgeting can do for you, let's dive deeper into the parts that make up the personal budget formula and how you can apply it practically in your daily life. The idea here is to understand the fundamental structure to ensure that every penny of your money has a purpose and that you're always in control of your finances. Let's start with the first pillar of the formula, which is the famous 50/30/20 rule. This rule is simple but very powerful, and it's one of the most effective ways to ensure your income is distributed in a balanced and strategic way. The first part of the formula says that 50% of your income should go toward your essential needs. This includes all expenses that are essential for your survival and well-being. We're talking about expenses like rent or mortgage, utility bills, food, transportation, and healthcare. Now, it's important to highlight a crucial point. Needs are not desires. Many people make the mistake of including non-essential purchases in this category, such as a new phone or dining out. So, if you want to follow the rule correctly, you need to be honest with yourself and clearly separate what is truly necessary for your life from what are just momentary desires. This is where planning comes in, because by ensuring that your income is allocated correctly for these basic expenses, you start gaining more clarity about what's truly necessary. The trick is to maintain tight control over these essential expenses so that you avoid surprises at the end of the month. Now, before moving on to the next part of the formula, do a quick exercise. Take a look at your expenses from the last few months and see how much you've spent on essential needs. This simple exercise might surprise you and help you better understand your financial reality. Now, we move on to the second pillar of the formula, 30% for desires. Now, it's time to think about all the spending that's important for your well-being, but not essential. This includes leisure, entertainment, travel, dining out, new clothes, and more. I know it can be tempting to spend more than necessary in this category, but the key to financial health is balance. Here, the secret is knowing when and where to spend. For example, if you love going out to dinner or traveling, you can plan these activities in a way that doesn't compromise your finances. A great strategy is to create a dedicated fund for these expenses, ensuring that, although they are desires, they don't exceed the 30% limit in your budget. Another important point is to prioritize desires. If you're a fan of movies and can't live without that streaming subscription, that's fine, but maybe you can cut or reduce other expenses, like buying non-essential clothes, to stay within the 30% margin. The idea here is to enjoy life without compromising your financial future. By applying this category with discipline, you maintain a balance between responsibility and quality of life. Now, think about your own spending habits. Have you been spending more on desires than you should? It's always good to pause and reflect on how to balance those expenses to give yourself more freedom in the future. And now, we come to the last and perhaps most important part of the formula: 20% for savings and investments. Here, you're going to set aside a part of your money for the future. This is the amount that should be dedicated to building your financial security and reaching your long-term goals, whether it's buying a home, creating an emergency fund, or investing in assets that will generate income in the future. One fundamental thing here is to understand that saving alone isn't enough. The true key to financial freedom is investing. It's not enough just to set that money aside. You need to make that money work for you. The most incredible thing is that, with a small amount invested wisely, you can see a significant return over time. So, when dividing up the 20% of your budget, allocate part of it to an emergency fund and the rest to investments that you believe are safe and profitable. The trick here is to start small, but start now. It doesn't matter if you have $50 or $500 per month to invest. The important thing is to take that first step. This can be done through high-yield savings accounts, investment funds, or even stocks, depending on your investor profile. Now, stop and think for a moment. Have you been investing regularly? Are you building an emergency fund? If not, the time to start is now. By following this part of the formula, you'll begin to feel more financially secure because you'll know you have resources to handle unexpected events and can still grow that amount over time. With these 3 pillars of personal budgeting, you now have the foundation for a more controlled and organized financial life. And the best part is that by applying the 50/30/20 rule, you'll see how it's possible to live in balance, save for the future, and still enjoy the present. If you're finding this content helpful and you're starting to see how this personal budget can transform your finances, leave a like below. It helps me bring more videos like this, with practical tips to help you improve your financial control. Now, let's move on to the next part, where I'm going to show you how you can track and adjust your budget to make sure it always works in your favor. So, did you guys like the personal budget formula? As you've seen, with these 3 simple steps, you can start better managing your spending, saving wisely, and investing in your future. The key to a balanced financial life is planning, and the 50/30/20 rule is a great way to take that first step. Now, if you want to continue on this financial transformation journey, we have many other videos on the channel with tips on how to save, invest, and even increase your income. Don't forget to check out the videos appearing on the screen now, and I'm sure you'll find more valuable content to help you reach your goals. Click on the video and keep learning with us. See you in the next video.